In the world of relationships, love languages have become one of the most talked about tools for understanding and improving romantic connection. Coined by Dr. Gary Chapman in his 1992 book, The 5 Love Languages, the concept proposes that people express and receive love in 5 distinct ways: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Understanding these languages, the theory suggests, can dramatically enhance emotional intimacy and resolve ongoing disconnects. But a lingering question remains: can love languages actually save a struggling relationship? A powerful tool, not a magic fix. The short answer is yes, but only when used correctly and with emotional maturity. Love languages can be a powerful framework for improving communication, meeting emotional needs, and rebuilding connection. However, they are not a magic fix. They offer insights but require effort, vulnerability, and consistent emotional engagement. Without these, the power of love languages is limited, especially in relationships that have experienced deep or prolonged conflict. Understanding your partner's emotional needs. Each person has a dominant love language or combination of languages. These preferences often develop based on childhood experiences, personality traits, and emotional needs. For example, some people feel the deepest connection when they receive thoughtful gifts, while others may need physical touch or words of affirmation to feel emotionally secure. Understanding your own love language and that of your partner creates a shared vocabulary that allows for deeper emotional exchanges. It helps couples feel seen and appreciated in ways that are meaningful to them. Why love languages alone can't heal everything. But while love languages can offer clarity, they're not a cure-all. Many people mistakenly believe that once they identify their partner's love language, all problems will disappear. This is rarely the case. If emotional wounds, poor communication habits, or unresolved issues exist, simply giving more hugs or writing more notes won't heal those wounds. In fact, when used superficially, love languages can become just another checkbox on a relationship to-do list, lacking the emotional substance needed for true connection. How love languages create understanding. That said, when used with sincerity and consistency, love languages can help couples reconnect in powerful ways. They offer a map for rediscovering closeness and understanding. One of the most immediate benefits is clarity around emotional needs. Often, couples don't feel unloved, they feel misunderstood. A person might be putting in great effort to express love in the way they prefer, but if it doesn't align with their partner's needs, it may go unnoticed or unappreciated. Knowing each other's love languages removes this guesswork and replaces it with intentionality. Building empathy and reducing blame. Another benefit is increased empathy. When you begin to understand how your partner experiences love, it becomes easier to see things from their perspective. This shift encourages less blame and more collaboration. Partners become more generous, more forgiving, and more willing to invest in each other's happiness. Over time, this can dissolve the barriers that prevent emotional closeness. Rebuilding trust with small wins. For couples who are struggling, practicing each other's love languages can also create small wins that help rebuild trust. Trust is often damaged gradually and can be rebuilt in the same way, through small, consistent acts of love that demonstrate commitment. A daily compliment, a warm embrace, or an evening spent without distractions may seem minor, but when delivered consistently and sincerely, these gestures can carry great weight. Disrupting negative communication patterns. Another way love languages can be effective is by disrupting negative cycles. In troubled relationships, partners often fall into patterns of blame, defensiveness, or withdrawal. Love languages shift the focus from problems to solutions. Instead of saying, "You never show me you care," a person might say, "It would mean a lot to me if we could spend more quality time together." This reframing can lead to more productive conversations and fewer conflicts. Real-life relationship rebuilding through love languages. Consider a real-world scenario. A couple, tired and distant after years of unspoken grievances, decides to explore love languages together. One partner learns that the other values quality time above all else. Despite busy schedules, they make space for weekly dinners and undistracted conversations. The connection, once strained, slowly begins to rebuild. This doesn't happen overnight, but the consistent effort pays off. The key isn't just knowing the love language, it's acting on it with care and intention. Understanding and resolving love language mismatches. In another case, a couple discovers a mismatch. One partner loves giving gifts, the other values physical touch. The gift-giving partner feels rejected when gifts aren't enthusiastically received. The touch-oriented partner feels neglected and distant. By identifying this mismatch, both partners begin to shift their actions. One makes more physical gestures of affection, while the other learns to appreciate the thought behind each gift. This mutual recognition reduces tension and strengthens their bond. When love languages aren't enough. However, there are also situations where love languages won't be enough. If a relationship is marked by ongoing emotional or physical abuse, the problem isn't a lack of affection or understanding. It's a fundamental lack of safety. Love languages can't fix manipulation, control, or harm. Similarly, when one partner refuses to engage, ignores feedback, or consistently invalidates the other's needs, love language efforts will likely fall flat. Relationships require reciprocity. One person cannot carry the emotional burden alone. Deeper issues beyond communication styles. Love languages also don't resolve differences in core values or life goals. A couple may express love perfectly but still disagree on parenting, finances, or lifestyle. These differences require more than affectionate gestures. They require negotiation, compromise, and sometimes hard choices. In such cases, love languages may soften conflicts, but they cannot erase fundamental incompatibilities. Practical strategies to apply love languages. For those hoping to use love languages as a way to heal or strengthen their relationship, several strategies can help. Begin by taking a love language quiz together and discussing the results openly. Use this as an opportunity to learn, not criticize. Ask each other specific questions about how love is best expressed and received. Be open to feedback and avoid assuming that what works for one person will work for the other. Start small and build consistency. Next, start small. Choose one or two practical actions aligned with your partner's love language and commit to them for a week. Pay attention to how these efforts are received. Use these experiences as starting points for deeper conversations about emotional needs and fulfillment. Be honest about what feels natural and what feels difficult. The goal is not to perform, but to connect. Consistency is key in relationship growth. Consistency is essential. Love languages lose their power when practiced inconsistently. A one-time gesture, no matter how grand, cannot replace the steady rhythm of daily emotional investment. Relationships thrive on sustained effort, and love languages can provide the framework for that consistency. Combining love languages with strong communication. It's also important to combine love languages with other communication tools. Use I statements, practice active listening, and create regular spaces for emotional check-ins. Love languages are not meant to replace other forms of relationship work. They are meant to enhance them. When integrated into a healthy communication system, they can amplify emotional intimacy. The importance of patience and willingness. Lastly, be patient with yourself and with your partner. Learning to speak someone else's love language is like learning a new dialect. Mistakes will happen. What matters is the willingness to keep learning, to keep showing up, and to keep trying. Love is not just about grand expressions. It's about everyday actions rooted in understanding and care. The spark that can rekindle a relationship. In conclusion, love languages can offer a path back to each other. When practiced with intention, they foster empathy, rebuild trust, and strengthen emotional bonds. They help turn miscommunication into clarity, frustration into understanding, and distance into closeness. While they won't solve every issue, they can be the spark that reignites the emotional connection. And sometimes, that spark is all a relationship needs to begin healing and growing again. If this video shed new light on how you can use love languages to strengthen your relationship, give it a like and hit subscribe so you never miss our weekly deep dives into love, psychology, and personal growth. Drop your own stories and questions in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time.